Here we go, everybody. Welcome to my paid acquisition funnel breakdown. Now, that is probably the fanciest way to describe essentially a Facebook ad that's running or a meta ad that's running across Facebook and Instagram, both video and static, as I'll show you those variations, that we're able to generate property developer leads. Now, given this is a very niche market here in New Zealand, but high value business, I've built multiple businesses now off of the back of serving property developers. They're obviously large business owners, even small property developers. You'd still consider a medium to large business here in New Zealand, and obviously it goes up from there. So we're able to acquire these property developer leads. That's name, number, and email, and obviously intent for, on average, this year to date, for $24.46. Now, to just quickly frame that, that's $25, let's call it, to be able to have the permission and the information to contact what we would call in our world an ideal client. So that's kind of the frame. So as I go through some practical steps, as I go through different moments in this video, just use that as the frame. Paid ads or any acquisition method is the ability to purchase through time, content, or finance, or targeted paid promotion, to purchase the permission and information to contact your ideal client. Now, hey, it's not perfect. Whether you're running print ads, you're running social media ads, YouTube ads, you're running flyers on people's windscreens or your door knocking, you're never going to have a 100% hit rate. But what's that quote? You miss 100% of the swings that you don't take. So when we're looking at acquisition like this, it is like, how can we build and acquire the ability to acquire not only the intention, but the intention, the permission, and the information to be able to talk to our ideal clients. Sales will be a whole nother video on how to make this funnel fly. In this video, I just really want to break down how we run ads to buy our ideal clients' permission and contact information so that we can get in front of them. And if you're anything like me or anything like Luke on our team, or any creative business owner, a lot of the time we carry this saying, and we even share it with friends and tell it to ourselves, like, if I can get in the room with said ideal client, I just know that I will close them. Well, if that's you, then good news, because you're probably watching this not in enough rooms with people, and this will give you the opportunity to be in the room, virtual, physical, whatever, giving you the ability and more opportunities to convert your ideal clients into paying customers. Here we go. I'm about to jump into Meta and show you my ads manager and show you that to date, from January 1st to October 21st, 2024 alone, we've generated 163 property developer leads. Now, within there are a couple of architects, there's a couple of real estate agents, and a couple of design builders, but that's all good. They're all part of our network anyway. We have only reached 68,000 people, which is awesome. And our cost per lead is $24.46 on average. So we've spent $3,987.35 to be exact to date to talk with, or have the opportunity to talk with, 160 ideal leads. That has directly impacted the growth of Render Studio, which is the main business I'm talking about today. And I want to be able to give that to you, because if you can't acquire business with certainty and predictability, then it becomes a real arms race. It's like hustle and drive and like month on month, where's my next job coming from? Or even if you've got lots of work on right now, it's like COVID and other moments in the recent history have shown us, if you don't control your acquisition, if you don't control every part of your business, then you are vulnerable. As strong as you might feel, as gifted as you might think you are, if you don't have control, then you can't predict the mechanics of the future. And so that's what we're doing here today. We're not just sending out like an ad campaign and hoping it goes well. We're going to be talking about acquiring a skill to be able to go on demand and acquire ideal clients for your business, so that you can put all of your highly valuable energy and time and focus into other mechanisms of the business, like delivering better results, building a team, systemizing your company, working on your brand, finally having space to work on the business, not just in it. This will get it for you. Before I get into the ad mechanics, I just want to let you know that you could run the most practically efficient or the most textbook strategic campaign on earth. You could be working with a Facebook consultant who works from Facebook, and they could give you the technical laydown. But if you cannot present an offer to a bleeding ideal audience and convince them that, one, the pain they're feeling is real, that two, the pain that they're feeling can be solved, and three, that you could be the potential solution for said pain, then if you can't do that, it doesn't matter how good your ad looks or is structured or is technically savvy, you will not convert and you will not grow your business. It is better to have a great offer in a poor campaign than a great campaign and a poor offer, if that makes sense. And the good news today is that, one, I'm going to show you how to do it, and two, you don't have to settle for either or. You can have both. You can have a great offer and a great campaign. So let's jump into it. This is my ad manager. It's really basic. There's only one campaign here because we've only ever run one campaign. If you are watching this and you're a Facebook pro, then hey, all power to you. I'm open to your suggestions. But we have literally got like a 4 or 5 step strategy to paid acquisition, and we have never left strategy number one, which is set up a campaign, target narrowly, laser specific to our ideal buying persona, present an offer that not only opens up their pain and makes them aware that they are now problem aware, but also enable them to connect to a solution, which is our service. Then leading them to a Facebook native lead form, which isn't even a landing page. We're keeping them there in the moment, and it auto-populates their contact info, which can be a bit of an issue because some people have random names and random old phone numbers, but enables us to capture their attention, press their pain a bit, present solutions, or at least the curiosity to solutions, paint a little bit of the future, and then solidify that promise with customer testimonial, and then give them an opportunity to engage, which is a Facebook lead form. It is the lowest hanging fruit. And like I said, there are so many other strategies that we will try one day, but right now it's working so well for us that we haven't even gone past that. Things would be like sending to a landing page, doing a VSL, doing an email drip campaign, all of this other, all these other strategies that are great, but we've never made it there. So I'm hoping that this will help you, and then in the future together we could trial the other strategies. Here we go. So this is a Facebook campaign. Now, this is a single level campaign with a couple of ad sets that we've trialed, but the ad set that I'm trialing at the moment, because my audience is not very large in terms of like the property development market, we don't have millions of prospects or even hundreds of thousands of prospects. We've probably got thousands at the higher end, but really we're talking, there's probably hundreds of ideal prospects in New Zealand. And so I have gone for a combo ad set. So let me just open up this campaign so we can have a look. So at the top level, you've got your campaign, then you've got ad sets, and then you've got your ads. So a campaign is like the type of campaign that you want to run. The ad set is essentially like your audience and targeting and budget. Essentially who and how are you going to approach these prospects. And then the ad is the creative, the image or video, the headline, the tag, the offer, the copy, all of those great things. And so interestingly enough, you'll see that Facebook's telling me that my ads might get 0 leads, which obviously is not true. And it's telling me to expand my audience, but New Zealand is a tough market because it's so small. So if you talk to a Facebook ads consultant, they'll probably tell you like you need to be trying to reach millions of people. Obviously, you watching this, if you're from New Zealand, you know that we've only got 5 million people anyway. So disregard some of that. The biggest thing that I want to show you today is essentially with a daily budget of only $20, like $600 a month, $7,000 a year to grow your business predictably. Depending on what service you've got, that's like a couple of clients and you'll break even for the whole year. That's how we grow our business. Essentially what I've got something quite basic, is I am just retargeting everyone who's visited the Render Studio website, everybody who's visited my Instagram, everybody who's visited our Facebook page, and then also we've got video engagement based on Reels that people are watching. Now, this is a paid acquisition. And you might be thinking, well, if it's all retargeting, then how do you reach new people? Well, there's twofold. This campaign ad set does have cold in it, but also for our business, use a strategy called the hybrid method, which means that we use organic content to build network, to get views, to get people coming in the top of the funnel, and then these ads just convert them. So it's a cheaper way to get leads because you've already purchased them through your content, and then the retargeting is just like a warm sell, warm conversion to a lot of those people. So that's kind of a hack. The cold side is that we've targeted people who might be a property developer, 22 to 55, obviously all genders. Currently this campaign is just for New Zealand. People who are interested in finance and Remax, real estate development, Gary Vaynerchuk, sort of entrepreneurial people, a job title literally being property developer. And another key one is to add in Facebook page admins, because a lot of developers, when they started, probably started their own Facebook page. And so this weeds out anybody who is not a page admin, and increasing our chances that we're finding actual business owners. Placements, we're just doing all, and we're spending $20 a day. So that's the basic audience. Maybe I'll do a in-depth one later on. But here we go. This is our current ad that we run. That's a lie. This is our current ad that we run. And this ad is really basic. And I'll show you what I mean by that. If I open up this ad set here, like I said before, you can have a great campaign, but if your offer is not there and dialed in to your ideal client, then it will not convert. So 95% of my time is not in the campaign setup. As you can see, I went through that in maybe 5 minutes. The most effort I put into, as I'll show you in a moment, is the creative, so the visual offer. It's the written offer through the primary text, which would be on organic social, would be like your body post or copy. And I'm going to walk you through this copy. Hopefully you can see this. Let's just go in a bit. So let's go through the graphics first. I'm going to open up this. Here we go. So one hack that I'll share with you today is that to run what feels like to the customer multiple ads is to use something called dynamic creative. So you can tick dynamic creative at the ad set level, which allows you here to run multiple types of images or videos, taglines, hooks, CTA buttons, headlines. Every part of the ad, you can run multiple options. And what Facebook will do is it'll send these ads out into the wild. And for a story placement, as you can see, I've got my purple creative, which is a vertical using Brooksfield as a client to leverage like the quality of our renders, the call out, which is, are you a property developer, Kiwi property developer, and then down below, our promise 3D renders made easy. So even though it's so simple, that ad already communicates that we've got great quality work, that if they are a developer, we're talking to them, that we've worked with top developers in New Zealand, Brooksfield, and that we do 3D renders and we make it easy. So all of that looks simple, but it's been engineered off of hundreds of phone calls and interactions with developers. We know that for them, easy is a massive win. Like if we can limit the amount of time they interact with us, give them really good service, and maximize the amount of time that they spend on site developing homes, then they consider that a big win. But as you'll see on feed, on the square placements, on other moments, we've got this gold and green, which is leveraging another great client of ours with beautiful renders, the Fysandia Group. So it's the same call out, but it's different colors and different renders, and it just gives us an opportunity if a prospect is seeing us on search, on Explore, or on their feed or on stories, they're going to sort of see like slightly different ads and slightly different combinations of call to actions, and that gives them the impression they're kind of seeing multiple ads where really it's just one. So that's a tip. As I said before, I'm trying to keep this like more about the strategy than the practical. But let's break this down. So there is a reason why we have written this copy in the way that we've written it. The reason is that, like I said before, if your offer is great, then your campaign can either be good or really good. Like you can get away with a lot if you've got a good offer. So for me, I know that it's very, very important to call out your ideal customer. Everything you'll see says, are you a Kiwi property developer? When our campaigns that we have run in Melbourne was the same. Are you a Melbourne property developer? Very specific, call out your audience, let them know I am talking to you, and I want you to continue reading this ad. Then we just start hitting kind of like these one-liners that are hopefully going to handle their objections and then deliver on some promises and then reinforce that with social proof and then try to land them. So here we've got, are you a Kiwi property developer? Okay, that's who they are. You've got their attention. And if it's not them, then it's good. They self-qualified themselves out. 3D renders instantly inserting our service. Like if you're a website designer, but like web design or graphic design or wedding photography or building applications, web apps, like you call them out on your service as well as you've got their persona locked in. Should not be complicated or low quality. Now, looks like simple English, but for our clients, property developers, they want the best quality and they want it to be easy. Any complication, we've heard directly from their mouths that it is just a hassle and they'll just move on to new render studios every single job because they're just seeking an easier, more streamlined and high quality service. So that's meaningful. Then we pose a question. Why can't you get fast renders for a feasible price and at the highest standard? So this is kind of going against what we're presuming through all the sales calls that we've done, and we've heard real feedback from customers that it can be really hard, it can be really slow, it can be really expensive, which is another conversation for another day, value versus price exchange, and at like a mediocre standard. And so I'm like, this is a question they're probably asking themselves. Like, why can't we just get it fast? Why can't it be affordable? And why can't it just be really high quality? Then we respond. Normally, because render studios want to guard their process, like through pride and IP, through a bit of like, I don't know, being snobby and wanting to feel like they are the kings, and get you to adhere to their way. See, property developers, especially in New Zealand, are not going to fly with that. They want to be the kings and queens, so we need to put them in that position. We understand that you don't have time for that. You might notice that that's kind of the first time that we've used the word we. That, again, is probably another training. But the idea is that you want to talk about the customer, get in their head, get in their thoughts. Don't say like, oh, we're a Kiwi property developer, render studio. We are really good at this. Make it about the client. You need to pre-sell, sell down, and get back to building more developments. Very true statement, and it's also a statement that they'll be telling themselves. What you will never get with us. So this is how we're now trying to frame this. So if they've like listened to our call out, felt like we're reading their mind, we're relating to their struggles and their mission of selling more homes, then we want to position ourselves. So working with us, or what you will never get with us is, and the theory behind this list is you want to list things that they just hate. So Zoom calls, developers don't want that. Long emails, don't have time. Jargon, like fancy render, just tell them it's like an exterior render of your townhouse. Like none of this like deep technical stuff. Bad communication, they need comms, and whether they reply or not, they need good comms, and then average renders. Now we frame us, what you will get are top of the industry renders, your prospective buyers' eyeballs, some valuable outcomes that they're wanting, an 85% asynchronous process because we have built our render studio in a way where the only call we do with the client is literally the sales call. Then everything else is digital, which I'll share more in future videos. Better turnaround times and more compelling marketing. So that's what they want. They want more of that and less of what annoys them. But why would you trust us? So like, we're kind of like taking these clients on a journey. You're catching them, you're pressing their pain, you're relating to that pain, you're painting an idea of the future, you're disregarding or discounting everything that they hate, presenting them everything that they would like that builds intrigue. And then you go, in most buyers' minds, they will start to think this is too good to be true. And so this line here is that, but why would you trust us? You shouldn't. And so this is trying to like disarm this idea that we're like hard selling to them, which we are selling. Selling's not bad, but you want to sell in a way where it feels valuable. It feels like it's a service. Selling is a service, right? But why would you trust us? That's a genuine thought. You shouldn't. And then they'll be like, oh, well, what do you mean? I thought you were trying to get us to work with you. Trust our clients. So this is where social proof comes in. If you have done a good enough job to call them out, press their pain, present a solution, paint the future, disregard their objections, present some aspirations, disarm yourself as a hardcore salesperson. Social proof is like that cherry on the top, right? Cherry on the top. it is like, okay, now if you really want to believe us, here is Vinny. Again, we're choosing developers that a lot of other developers would know. Vinny from Brooksfield. I'm very impressed with the quality of blah, 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 like testimonial. Or another person, you might as well add a few in. I was going to add like 10, but then it's too long. And then Ryan, like professional, punctual, like these testimonials are real from the client, but I chose them specifically because they've got those outcomes that align with the copy. And then boom, here comes our brand line, 3D renders made easy. You get the deal. Not even selling them, but because it's an ad, it has built-in sales mechanisms. Like we've got the call outs again, we've got trusted by the best, we've got our promises, we've got, hey, don't trust us, trust our clients, and then learn more. And then that's that. That's the offer. Again, like I said, this is not a complicated ad campaign, but it is a complex and deeply researched and backed up copy and offer, right? So the offer, even as you read this, you might be compelled because of the way that I've just described it, but if you read that blank, you'd be thinking, oh yeah, sounds all good. But it's because you're not my ideal customer. My ideal customer, a property developer, is thinking, this guy's reading my mind. This is epic. And also the renders look awesome, so that bodes well. Then we have a form, which I don't think I can actually show the form. Oh yeah, here we go. The form's really quick. So the moment that they press learn more, it opens up this Facebook form. It's just name, phone number, email. You can make these more detailed and put more friction, but to be honest, there's enough positive friction in that offer. If they made it this far, they'll be fine. Then we jump into privacy policy, and like that's it. Once they've submitted the form, they can go to our website, which is cool, and that might just add a bit of, bit more authority, or just reaffirm that we are the right partner for them. We've got beautiful renders on our website, a bunch of testimonials, and if they don't want to wait for us to call them, there's also a contact form and a price guide they can download. So that is my ad campaign broken down. You're probably thinking, I hope you're thinking, oh cool, there's some good insights there, but you're also probably thinking, like, that's quite simple. I don't know if that'll work for me. I am telling you right down the barrel, this will work for you. If you're a creative business owner, you offer a service that's valuable, and you have a customer that's hurting, this funnel will work for you. This is not some fancy like funnel where only professionals can do it, and like, oh, maybe you can do it because you've been doing it for a while. I'm telling you, like, this works because it's simple. And this works because it's got intentionality behind the offer. The offer is backed off of, like I said, hundreds of sales calls, lots of customers served. So if you've served real customers before, you can build this. If you've got a service, you can build this. If you've got a heartbeat and you've got a creative business, you can use this. And so hopefully that was helpful. I imagine there may be questions that you might have to go into more detail about this. Please feel free to send those my way. I would love to recreate this training like officially backed off of your feedback. And all power to you. If you want to jump in and start doing this yourself, all good. If you want help around this, let me know, because I'm quite keen to help more creative business owners. I'm more than keen. I'm passionate about others like me, normal people running great high value services, to acquire leads on demand and have control over your business and become a profitable creative. Thanks for watching. Send me your questions and we'll talk soon.